Okay.
What?
A game master removed me from duty? I think I'm about to be banned. Am I gonna be banned? Should I stream this or no? Should I stream this or no? Who's the specific stream or stream? In question, so it could have been multiple. Let me here, I'll read it word for word. Let's see. We have observed aggressive comments and behavior directed at others during your Twitch streams. And I said, wait, what happened? I said, I joke a lot on stream. And then they said, we cannot disclose the specific stream or streams in question. So it could have been multiple streams. It could have been one stream. Then they
Applebee's all you can eat for just $15.99.
Banned for. Let me here, I'll read it word for word. Banned for. Let me here. Basically, so I'm just reading this. I was suspended for strong. Wait. Making aggressive remarks or taking aggressive actions towards others while using Final Fantasy XIV copyrighted material. Okay, so basically, so I'm just reading this. I was suspended for strong. Wait. Making aggressive remarks or taking aggressive actions towards others while using Final Fantasy XIV copyrighted material.
Oh my fucking god, she's so hot. Just smoke that in my mouth, please.
Hey. So you just caught me trying to figure out what's going on with the Xeno ban here. Like I'm like, so here's so from what I understand, this is what happened here. He's playing in the middle of his I guess he's doing his reset, right? And then he gets removed.
A game master removed me from duty?
Yep, and then he gets put into player jail. So yeah, Xeno got banned. Apparently for aggressive comments and behavior against others during a Twitch stream. Which I don't know if he did it in-game or he did it outside of game. And I'm pretty sure he probably did it during his stream in terms of like... Oh my goodness. The freaking cheater. I forgot about that cheater, dude. I'm pretty sure he did it while he was playing the game. But I think people should understand like the precedents here. Also, we got some really freaking degenerates in this goddamn game. Like absolute degenerates in this goddamn game, and I don't understand why. And they did get him in mid-raid. And tons of men who create female characters in game, but are there women who play as men? I feel like I never see that. That's because there's a reason for that. If more people had... I feel like not being able to express my opinion criticism on the platform outside of 14, but get punished inside of 14 is wrong. However, that's not my call to make. It is, unfortunately, it is not his call to make, but the problem is that he made some remarks while the content was in the background, and thus it was an issue. So yeah, Xeno got banned. I don't know. I think that was his latest tweet. That's his second one. On final note, I think Square Enix's ability to influence how a streamer runs their stream is not right and can be weaponized against streamers. All content creators have hate watchers to some degree, and I fear this could be used against streamers people don't like. I do still plan the stream Ultimate in some capacity, and I'm still very excited. Currently, the ban won't affect that. I will either be playing on playing or 9th man, depending on what happens. But I will keep people updated. So he's not even giving more information on the ban. Great to hear. I hope it works out. I love stream elements and have been using them for a very long time. Yeah, I've been using. Well, what's going on with this? Subject for our community, we are not shutting down. You know, this is in a conversation with an amazing partner aligned around one thing, working in the interest of creators and community. Oh, I didn't even know they were having an issue. Hi Argus, hi, how you doing, man? So this doesn't really bode well for streamers who play 14, who have like more of a rough and aggressive nature like Xeno does. So he's been banned, and it was probably how he was acting outside of the it was probably how he was acting while playing the game. So that's probably what it is. Not much, just one more day of work. Hey Toddy, just one more day of work and then you're scot-free for the weekend. All right. Yeah, this is definitely something else. Oh yeah, okay. So that's why it's funny, because it's like, ooh, Toten, skip frit. I have checking clear count in green plus consistency. Otherwise, P was like, Prog Party is over there. And he has a green, apparently, I think. I don't know. Looks like he didn't do so well. And calling them out too, that's kind of funny. People are like, you know, FFXIV maxing there. She officially lost her case. Oh, Frogan lost her case. In any case, this is kind of worrying. If Zeno did something wrong, for sure, you know, sometimes a ban is needed, but like, from what it looks like, he was acting a certain way while playing the game, so this is what, I guess, what he meant by, like, you know, third party, or like, while he's playing the game, he was probably yelling at his chat. I will only yell at you guys if you do something, like, stupid. Like, real stupid. Toddy, we're honestly looking at how Zeno got banned. Agree with this guy's opinion. I always agree with this guy's opinion, but the fact that you always have to tiptoe around and talk to people in this game is, yeah, it's kind of stupid. It really is. Hey, what's up, Mistra? Who got banned? Zeno. Zenosis. He got banned from the game. And you know what to do when you get banned from the game. You play other games. He's a parser, so they get quite emotional while raiding. Very true. He really does yell at his chat, but I think a streamer can kind of, like, you know, defend themselves at the very least if somebody comes into their chat and starts talking shit. Like, we should have that ability. So if somebody came into my chat and started talking shit, of course, I'm pretty sure you guys would be up in the chat, like, you know, telling them off or something like that if you know they're wrong. But, like, oh no. I don't think my numlock is working. There we go. Final Fantasy version of Asma, not a fan. Ban him permanently, I don't care. I don't hate Zenosis, but I have a certain bias because I've actually, like, spoken to the guy before. That's why I say I have a bias. He's not a bad guy off of, like, outside of Final Fantasy. He's just a normal dude. He does act similar. Like, he could be very similar, but he's, like, a very nice guy outside of the game. Oh, he only did it on Twitch. I bet he did it in game and just lying. Most Twitch streamers lie. I don't know about most. All I can really say is that, yeah, he gets very aggressive and yells at his chat. He does do that. He yells at his chat all the time. Whether or not that should be a bannable offense, because, like, I don't think he says anything or does anything in game. From what it sounds like, here, let me show you. It says, I was banned in Final Fantasy XIV for aggressive comments and behavior against others during a Twitch stream. I was not aware the TOS apply to outside of games as long as any Final Fantasy XIV copyright content was visible. I was not given any detail about the ban. Other than that, more details later. Now, there could be a striking chance, like, Mistra, you could be right. He probably did say something to somebody in game, and that could be the linchpin here. I feel as though, like, I don't want to tiptoe around. Like, if I had to, like, speak to somebody while playing Final Fantasy, like, I had to straight up talk somebody down because I had to defend myself, I'd feel some type of way. You know, like I can't defend myself while I'm streaming or anything like that. That would be my only question. Should make this a little bigger for you guys. Just a little bit. Well, in fairness, it's anecdotal experience, but I've caught streamers lying too often. Fair enough. Wolf was exaggerating though. Fair enough. No, fair enough. Fair enough. I don't know if Xeno honestly did anything while he was playing in-game or said anything to anybody in-game. All I can really say is that we don't have the context for it, so we can't really say for sure that he was banned in-game because in-game he was being kind of a dickhead. Now, it could be very true that he was, and I can only take that at face value because I have no idea. It just feels as though that if you're talking on stream in Twitch and somebody comes in and starts like being kind of a jerk to you and you can't say anything back to him, like you're probably going to say a lot of things to that guy, and it could be seen as aggressive, harassment, or something like that, then, you know, it's one thing. But if he goes like absolutely nuts, oh gosh, that guy out of here. Get that guy out of here, bot. Come on, wise bot, don't welcome him to the stream. Get rid of him. Get rid of him. Let me see if I can get rid of him. It's not even banned. Come on now. Suspicious user, ban evasion. Okay. Has he been banned already? Ban and report. There, banned. Get out of here. Nobody wants you! Did you do it in a way that you bullied a player? What was the reason for the ban? We don't know. We don't have the entire detail. They just say that he was being very aggressive. I've been banned for spamming in chat to the tank to turn on their stance. So, from my experience, I mean, there's one way, but I hopefully game masters aren't like, and to say like, I think saying, "Hey, you should put on your stance" is a good idea. I don't think there's like a bad reason. Like, if a game master was investigating what you were doing, you're trying to tell the tank you need to turn on your tank stance, and they kept dying over and over again, and they still wouldn't put on their tank stance, right? Then I don't think that's a bannable offense. But I don't know what happened. Again, I don't. Like, I don't know. Spamming is probably why you got banned and not what you said. They probably got... I mean, I don't know. There has to be a reason. I hope it wasn't like a bot that came in and just banned you. Because then... it'd be very skewed. But with that being said, I just hope that it doesn't cause like a certain domino effect. Hey, Cools, how you doing, man? Todd, you say he'll be right back? Todd, you said she'll be right back. Okay. Hey. One of my favorites from back in the day. Oh. Yeah, 75. You hit level 75 in Final Fantasy XI and beat the Shadow Lord not long ago. Congrats, man. I also beat the Shadow Lord, but that was a bit ago. Almost forgot food. I don't think food is like entirely too necessary in a Heavensward dungeon. I got a couple players banned though. But they were literally harassing me in chat, insulting and belittling me. Well, that's a cause for like some sort of reprimanding, because if they're harassing you in chat, of course, yeah, no, get their asses out of there. They shouldn't be doing shit like that. No. Sorry, has a crazy. Oh, what? Oh, don't tell me I don't have any of my abilities. Talk Tink Theory yet? No, not yet. We'll get to that though. I feel like I'm playing with like extra noobs here. You don't have to. I mean, you can. A little weird. A little weird they're actually going after the insects. Alright, it already has cause and effect. People's crazy scared to talk to people and fear of being offensive to others and getting potentially banned. It causes a lot of, yeah, there is this effect that if you start like getting people banned, or people are getting banned for just like what you said, like maybe you're trying to say something and it was like the least offensive thing that you could even think of, but instead people take it the most offensive thing. Yeah. Know exactly what you mean. It is kind of scary too. Was even playing bad, so even worse. They just didn't like me for some reason. There's always going to be people like that. Now that playing bad is a good reason for harassment, by the way. Didn't mean that. Well, some people just don't like playstyle as well. Like, I've said this. I've told this story before. Some time ago when I was playing, back in A Realm Reborn, right? The game was like fresh, right? We're doing like hard modes and stuff like that, or the hard versions of the dungeons, which is like, you know, it's not really much of anything. And back then I used to pace myself as a tank. So back in those days, pacing yourself as a tank was seen as the wrong way of playing tank. Like, maybe I just didn't feel comfortable running through an entire dungeon like that, and then It was like, no, you're playing tank wrong. Well, and I don't know if I will ever see this couple ever again. When I was tanking for, I think it was Rayflox long stop hard mode, I think. Don't know if it was that or something else, but I was pacing myself, and because I was pacing myself, oh, okay. Because I was pacing myself, apparently that was the wrong way of tanking, so I kept getting like the side-eyed from like this one female Tartar that just kept doing this dumbass, or no, it was the husband. So he just saying like, dude, what are you doing? I was just like, what? I'm just like, I'm tanking. He was like, take the whole thing. I'm like, I don't feel comfortable doing that. He was like, no, you're fine. Just do it. I was just like, whoa, can I play at my own pace? He was like, you're just playing tank wrong. I'm just like, Jesus Christ, dude. And then he, at the end of the dungeon, we get through the dungeon. He just straight up says like, dude, you're like the worst tank I've ever met. What is wrong with you? I was just like, what is wrong with you, bro? Just leaves, says nothing. And then like, not even a couple days later, I'm in not Desmal Darkhold. I'm in Todoruk, right? And this like female Tartar, right? And I forgot the name of the damn Tartar, but the crazy thing is, the female Tartar says, I support my husband, blankety blank, right? And it was the same exact dude who basically was judging my tanking skills back in those days, right? She's full in support, which means either she knows how he is, or she's like the same exact person, or they are the same exact person. Now, I don't know if that's the truth, but I can say this for sure. She was also being a complete and utter jerk, because every time I did a thing in the dungeon, she would give me ellipses. Like, what the hell's going on, man? How do you play Maginas? I'm gonna bully you, lol. It's ridiculous. Some players are way too childish. Dude, like, it's crazy. It's crazy how people pride themselves, and this was back in the day, they pride themselves at being like a good player in a video game, right? We're not playing some sort of competitive fighting game, we're not playing some sort of competitive FPS. Hell, I don't even think Fortnite should be competitive at all. That game's competitive. Even I would say, you know what, if you're good at Fortnite, then, you know, good on you. Go win some money and stuff like that. We ain't winning no money playing a frickin' MMO. A medieval style fantasy MMO with frickin' dragons, magic. God, like, it was nuts dealing with that couple, man. Never met them ever again, but they kind of etched their very being into my soul, and just how they conducted themselves. So every time I find another person in the dungeon who's either being kind of a shit person towards a tank or myself, and unfortunately it was towards other people, I just sit there and I'm just like, why are you priding yourself like this, man? Like, what are you doing? There's like no reason to sit here and think just because you got something legend as a title doesn't make you like the foremost expert of the goddamn game. Like, what is going on, man? I think they remembered you as hilarious. Unemployed behavior. It's crazy, though. It's crazy. I'll get you banned if you're an asshole, or I'll get you banned if asshole, no regret. I mean, I just block them and move on. Like, I don't care if you're like a gigantic asshat. I really don't. I don't have the time to fight against somebody who's playing a video game. Let's get through the dungeon, be on our way, never meet each other ever again, especially if I'm going to put you on a block list. And it's kind of crazy because it's not like it kind of relates to Xeno here, you know? Because I don't think Xeno is the kind of person to sit there to just like waste his time really complaining towards somebody. Or really bitching at somebody in-game. Outside the game, for sure. I do think that. I do think he will bitch and moan against somebody outside the game. Because, like, I don't think he really cares too much. I don't think he really cares too much, like, what happens, like, with it. This boss has never been so easy. What is going on here? Oh, okay. I thought we... No, I know, and I know a good amount of my audience who don't like Xeno all that much. He's still a brilliant tank. He's really good at being a tank, nonetheless. Brilliant tanking. Fact, they get nothing from being slightly better at the game in Final Fantasy XIV. No money, no reward. We can't get. I believe anyone can get anything in the game with time spent. Very true. But what is it that the? Okay, so it's not everybody in the game. Obviously, this is probably like, you know, a very small portion of the people who play this game. But what's the point in being like super good at the video game? Like, you could pride yourself in that, but what is that going to do in the long run? I can be a really good tank, but what is it, like, why would I sit there and start bragging about it? It doesn't mean anything. I can use my skills to just, like, help my friends in something. If they want to bring me into, like, a Savage, Extreme, or Ultimate, I'm like, yeah, I'm there, let's do this. Use the skills that I have to help, you know, people who need it, or, you know, do something fun. Being good at the game isn't like totally there for just me being good at the game, and it's not usually there for the reward too much, because the rewards in this game could do some fixing, but like there's like no point in bragging about it. Do sit up there saying like, you're the worst tank I've ever played with. I'm like, well, too bad for you, motherfucker. He complained only about the people he raids with. I've seen a couple of videos. Don't know if he already got banned for that too. If he complained about something that happened in-game, like complained about it, I don't see a reason to ban him. If he started harassing those people, then I do see a reason to ban him for it. Like if he started harassing these people, calling them like dumbasses, like I've seen people go absolute ape shit after doing like a Savage or a tier, right? And like there's a lot of people who did who basically just like they went nuts. They went absolutely mad crazy nuts. And they basically what's the word? They basically, I hate using it. They basically crashed out because of how the raid went. Welcome back, Toddy. They crashed out and they didn't get a ban because they crashed out, and they don't usually crash out, I guess. Playing after uni is a high-level business consultant money. You know what? You're gonna get a career. You're gonna get a career with me, Stroy. I decided to go in for computer science, and look what happened, man. Like, look what happened. Frickin', my job is becoming an endangered species. My degree is becoming more and more useless because And I know people are always say is like, oh, it's because it's AI. It's not just AI. It's businessmen and CEOs at the top that trust AI so much and don't realize that it's a tool. Being good at a game is a necessary achievement for people who are in a bad place in life and need some validation that they are actually good at something, even if that something is a video game. Sure, but even at that point, even if you're good at a video game, you're not good at anything else. Maybe you should use that positive notion of actually being good at a video game and turn that into a positive. Uh-oh. I got errored. That's like super weird. I got errored. Like, how many... like, I'm just thinking, man, like, what's the point of taking pride of something? Like, anything. If you take pride in anything, but you're just going to be an asshat about it. Like, why... instead of being an asshat about it, just be like, just do good with the talent that you have, with what you can do. I'm good at building computers and fixing them. I don't sit there and yell at my family whenever they break it. It's like, this is the reason why I'm here. I'm here to help my family out, my friends out, when they need some sort of computer fixing. I just use what I know to do that. What you doing in 14? Just doing some dailies here and there, raising up the level of my monk. Think I'm gonna be actually going into a dungeon, you know? So, it's unfortunate, but business consultants still very much needed. Exactly. Business consultants are very much needed. That's why you're gonna do very well with what you get, Mistra. Hope you figure something out with that, by the way, in your career. Sync has W attitude. Sync got raised by a very great man. That's what really happened. My father raised me well. My father was the balance, or is the balance of my life. He's still alive. He's still alive. My calm nature's from him. The way I speak is from him. Like, I need you guys to know that I am an African American or a black man in America. So you may understand that I could have grown up in the worst way possible. I would not sound the way that I sound if it wasn't for my father. Instead of coming in with ebonics all over the place. Be like, what's up, man? How you doing? Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Riptide, look at that little man. Just saying, you know what I'm saying, man? Yeah, you know what I'm. And I would have a vocabulary that would not be very streamer friendly, right? I would not. A lot of my cousins have that kind of lingo, but fortunately, my family tries to teach them how to speak proper English. That's the part I never understand. People lack humility and patience, and a lot of lack of sympathy going around with people nowadays. It's the lack of, you're right with the lack of patience, and humility is something that needs to honestly be experienced. Like, people getting humbled. When somebody gets humbled, they don't take it the right way, or they don't take it in the best way. Like, I've been humbled plenty of times in my life. Do I take it the wrong way? No. Use it to figure out how to be a better person. How do you become a better person from being wrong? And the problem is that nobody likes being wrong. Everybody likes being right. Everybody likes to win. Because like when you win, when you are the better person, like, it just feels better. Being humiliated, being embarrassed, being humbled it doesn't make you feel better. So how do you lose states? You will know, and probably Canada, but you will know that people have egos around here. Like, people are raised with egos. Yami, what up? How you doing, man? But yeah, Toddy, I'm just leveling, leveling and talking. Ooh, Vanguard. Vanguard's my favorite dungeon in Dawn Trail. Period. has really good equipment everybody loves. But yeah, I'm not even on anything tonight. Good. Rest up. Rest up. Second favorite for me would be the level 65 one. Oh, the Cino, I think it was called. The Skykeep Cino. It's alright. Yeah, I like that one too. I'd say the first impressions in the first dungeon that you go into, Dawn Trail, really good first impression, I would think. Although it made a lot of people mad because it was just like, you know, difficulty jump activated. People got really mad on that one. But yeah, no, like I said, with what's happened with Xeno, I think maybe he said something about people in game. I don't know. If he did, that is his fault. Especially if he said it on stream, that is his fault. If he was like mocking, humiliating, or I wouldn't say harass, I'd say he would just be like talking about somebody on stream about someone in game. So I don't know. I don't see it as a surprise due to how he is. I don't know what the context is. I just don't know. If someone was being oh, Quat's online. Game. Oh, gained my relic today. Congrats. Gained his relic today. Sola's got his relic today. Just think seeing him getting hit is not surprising, since a lot of people don't like him. Yeah, like what if one day I get banned, and the only thing that says that the GM says is that I was harassing somebody, and that harassment was me defending myself because somebody started talking shit on me in dungeons, and then they use the report system on me because in the notes or in the messages I'm just defending myself, which I would have to be very offensive and very aggressive in the chat for them to actually justify their reporting. So for me, I'm just like, if somebody's saying negative shit, I would just say like, listen dude, let's just get through this and we'll never see each other again. That's all that really is. I don't know if it's a targeted attack. The man has been streaming for a long time. I don't know if it's like really a targeted attack, honestly. I should really change. I'm gonna change this price on this. Yeah, 700k last time. You know what? I'll make it a mill. I'll make it a mill. I'm gonna make somebody's day better. I will make it 1 mil. Also, guys, I did it. I made every single piece of my crafting gear by myself, going out, doing these damn alarms, scheduling myself to get all these ingredients by myself, and I got it. You got the cane? What does he talk about? Oh, he has the Conjurer's cane. I forgot. Solus is quite literally the healer for this. Okay, look at him. Yep, look at that. That's a neat cane. Let's you guys mind if I throw on what's background music for streaming? Nah. Nah, I'm gonna throw on that's some Sonic music going on there. Be banned by it. If you're thinking, thinking about that logically, yes, that would mean that Mr. Happy would be targeted, Mayoni would be targeted, Pint would be targeted, not just Xenosis, but like anybody who's within the community and has like an aggressive behavior, yeah. Like Mr. Happy, there was a point where he was just kind of an asshat himself. I don't think Mayoni was ever an asshat. I think he's actually pretty humble. This type of report system feel like a trap because they don't even tell you when or what you said it. It creates room to make the misbehavior again. I don't know why they don't tell you what you did and where they got it from. There should be like a clause somewhere. That should be in law. Like that should be in law. Like you have to tell them where you got your proof from before doing something like that. Congrats and patience all you needed? Yeah. Oh, yeah, something that is it's a rare skill to have now. Have it? What? Wait, what do you mean? You have it already? Of course you do. Of course you have it, Toddy. Right? Oh wait, the relic, right? Yeah, of course you have it, right? Because your main heal. I forgot which of the healers you main for your relic, so Mayoni wouldn't really be getting hit by a targeted attack since they don't really get much hate. And they do, and what they do, Happy on the other end has had some stuff happen to him, just never got anywhere from what I remember. I don't know. Mr. Happy is not as aggressive as, obviously. Arthas, I think I think he actually got banned a couple times, to be honest. Kind of gets more traction because he's very vocal and blunt. Very much so, yeah. VTubers keeping the game alive until Evercold, honestly. True. I've seen what they've been doing on Twitter. Well, I've seen these VTubers, man. It's so weird. The reason that they don't tell you is simply they don't want to out who reported, as that can cause more issues. You might suspect anyway, but you don't know for sure. I think they should have, at the very least, they should show you where the proof is or what the proof is. They don't have to tell you who reported you and who is sending in the report. All they have to do, the GM should just be like, so take a look at this VOD. Take a look at what you're saying, or hear what you're saying and take a look at what you're doing. They should do that instead of just being like, hey, we're just gonna ban you because you did something. It was like, okay, can you show me proof? No. Why not? Because it is in our best interest not to show you or something like that. Arthurs get banned for cheating though, so that's different. He got banned for cheating? I thought he got banned for aggressiveness too, but if he got banned for cheating, then yeah. It was his cheating using like third-party tool or something. I'm also broke again. Sad times. Sad. I can descent these. Oh yes, Chronopian leather? Okay, yep. I forgot you can... That's not too much. Chronopian leather though, that was a good find. More Canopian leather. Ooh-hoo-hoo. What did you miss? Conversation. I don't know when that thing is gonna ping, but I do have a couple other things that I do want to show you guys. I don't know how many of you guys are into indie games, but there was a showcase today on 6-1 Indie. Depending on how you feel about these guys, one of them just retired. He left. I'm pretty sure it's because he's probably starting a family with his wife, who worked in the same place. But there's some games that were obviously something that, like Mouseword, I do want to play that. I want to play the demo for that. Another game that looks good was Feather's Edge. I'm not even sure if Feather's Edge actually has like a demo. Let me check. I wrote all of this down. But the indie showcase was actually pretty good. Oh, thanks. I will now charge my phone. Well, this is a different guy, but someone cheated using third-party tools in World's First. I don't think that was Arthas. Twins of Olus, Death Pong, Midnight Horde. Oh darn! I don't think Feather's Edge was. Yeah, Feather's Edge doesn't have a demo. Morkborg is out now. Treetopia has a demo. Forklift, Flower Pot, Mouseword, Grey Tails, Owl of Reveries. There's a bunch of stuff that has demos, and I made sure to write it down. Jupiter Junkworks, anime Tetris, basically. Walk the Frog is out now. Murray Wildwoods. Murray Wildwoods. I think I was interested in Murray Wildwoods. I am so sorry. I am showing you a badger's butthole. Why did they make that there? Why did they do that? Who puts a badger's butthole as their freaking? You know what? These people are nuts. I'm trying to find Murray's Wildwood. There it is. There you go. This is what the game looks like. Cute little game. Yep, cute little game. Yeah, there's one game I do want to play that looks like The Legend of Zelda. Sorry, I'm trying to look back here. Decent amount of good games. I respect the uniqueness of some of the games. Also, all you really miss, Argus, was, yeah, talking about Xeno's Band, yeah. Is the Bagman already out? Don't know what the Bagman is. Been waiting for that game to come out. Don't know what that is. Excuse me while I put on the Spotify title. Funny stuff, funny stuff. Oh wait, yeah, there was one other thing I needed to do. I keep putting it off, but I need to know FF bot or YouTube. is not widely recognized or standard terms for a YouTube chat bot. It's highly likely you're looking at Firebot? No, 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 no. Yeah, so far it looks like it's for Twitch chat. It's the Bagman. I want to know. Also, I believe the new Yoshi game came out today or yesterday. Authentic retro 16-bit style point-and-click survival horror. That's the Bagman? Oh, point-and-click survival style. Oh, okay, yeah. There's a demo out for it. It's like Clock Tower. I've actually seen that game. I've seen Clock Tower. I've never really played it. Not too much of a fan of those games. Boom, 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 boom. So I'm gonna switch it up. Oh, that's much better. No, I don't think the Bagman is out. I don't see it being out right now. It looks like it's still, you could still play the demo. Lights, camera, action. About the big catch? That I don't know neither. That I don't know neither. There's a lot of games that came out. There we go. There we go. Are they making another story for 11? crazy how small our hitbox is, isn't it? Oh god, I'm dead. I thought I had more time. No! I thought I had more. Oh, wait, no, I'm not dead. I think I'm about to be, though. Oh. Oh, no. Oh, no! Our healer couldn't do it. What do you mean, 1 second? Oh no, their bar's messed up. Oh no. Three servers are still closed for it. Really? It's still a small dot between your character's legs. We have a bullet hell hitbox, we do. For Final Fantasy XI, they're now giving an unlimited free trial, and apparently they're working on more content. I don't know what content they're actually working on, but that is kind of cool if they were actually working on content. All I hear is the Kool-Aid man from you saying, oh no. I'll have you know, sir. I thought I was dead. You know what? Let me help him out. Yeah, they did. I did hear that they locked down three more servers. Yeah, I did hear about that. That's kind of nuts, in my opinion. Ashura, Bahamut, and Odin. Oh boy. That means I would have to make another... If I wanted to play with anybody, I'd have to make another... Oh! I went too early. One of the only songs I like from that game. I don't think the game is like horrible. Do it again, I dare you. Oh. Yep. One more time! One more time! Oh, they're doing it outside again. Can't wait for the copy paste for 11, the MMO that kept Square alive after the flop that was 14 1.0. I don't know if that was what kept Square Enix alive, to be honest. Woo! I just don't know what kept Square Enix alive during that time. I don't know what kept them alive during that time. I really don't. What? During 1.0, what came out? I'm trying to think. Like, I don't know. Oop, still there. Yeah, I don't know what kept Square Enix alive during that time. I do know one thing, though. I think it was during 1.0 where I just basically stopped playing MMOs for a little while. And then I just started getting into fighting games. Like, I have to do another training arc now. Apparently, my, Smash Brothers blood is calling for me now. Even though the community ain't so great. Like, every other day, you're finding another player that did something wrong to another underaged other person, and it's like, what is going on? Some people are taking it a very mature path, saying like, what is wrong with our community? We got to do something about it. And other people are trying to like point the finger for certain things. Oh wait, it's two of them. I will win. I will whoop your ass. That donut is delicious. There you go. There's your light camera action. Liam Neeson. I am not that legend. I am not that legend. That man's a legend. I am not that legendary man. I will never try to act like I am. Oh boy. We'll go this way. Don't want to play around with that. Oh my gosh, I am trapped. I'm running around. I'm running around. I'm gonna get hit by that. That's fine. Did the tank actually take a hit from that? Come on, man. What are you doing? Uh-oh. Okay. Moving. We moving. We schmoving. We moving, we schmoving. This is actually the fun part of this whole entire fight. Dude, what is going on with our damage here? It's actually not good. Nice! Last minute. No! We lost our red mage. Also, another Sonic game that I really did not like. Sonic Colors was not a game that I did not like. Oh god! Oh, no. Don't need to panic. I'm fine. Oh, it's time to panic now? What's up, Vamp? What you doing? What am I doing? Slowly, and excruciatingly, like so slowly killing this boss. Like, it's so excruciating. don't know where my damage is. Like it's gone in the ether somewhere. Definitely seeing how we have a red mage, and a red mage, their damage isn't even supposed to be that bad. It's like supposed to be middle of the road somewhere. Oh wait, this is the rock remix of that. Which is good, because the rock remix is really good. Do 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 do. There's a lack of gear. My gear should be fine, but you're probably right. Whoa! What's happening? No, 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 no. This healer is not doing too well. It kills people for those who, for healers who aren't ready. I've healed through this dungeon before. It's not hard to keep somebody alive here. I don't know what's going on, honestly. No, 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 no. Boom, 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 boom. Now we got a bunch of Vamp. We have like a bunch of people coming in from the VTuber community. They're like, all right, I want to see what Final Fantasy XIV's all about. And then we catch a here. I'll show you a clip of like some of the people coming in who are VTubers. Ugh, sorry, just. It's a little nuts who the kind of people who are joining the game, and then it's like, you know what? It's a perfect fit. Let's be honest, it's a perfect fit for these people to come in. I already have that. I already have all of that. I don't think I actually have the bow. Oh, I do have the bow. Oh shit. Oh shit, guys. Here we go. Max melee. Max melee. Max melee. Remember, hey guys, do you remember that this was a cutscene? Him doing that was a cutscene before? And then they took the cutscene away. They're like, yeah, they don't need a cutscene for this. When Dawn Trail came out, there was an actual cutscene where this guy was transforming into this thing. And then they just took it away. And I thought that was kind of hilarious. I was like, why'd you take it away, guys? But half are cat girls? You'll see. No. Don't have my feint for that. You're gonna have to be a tank and actually take the hit. Oh, I'm an idiot. I didn't see if it was rear or front. So it's 4. Yay! We did it! Yay! Oh. I think plenty of face cam streamers play it for for the MSG. Yeah, starting to just be an easy slop content. The story is always something that a lot of people like to experience again and again with like new streamers coming in. Who is whispering to me in this game? The floofy. It was an interesting boss, but second one in the dungeon was the best. You know, this thing removed it super early because I never had a cutscene there, and I did this dungeon like a week and a half after release. I did it day one, obviously. So I played the game day one, spent like 3 days playing the game entirely, and the first time you get into Vanguard, into the dungeon, the guy falls and it's a cutscene where he just transforms, and it's just like, oh, that's neat. The second time I go into the dungeon, go into Vanguard, the cutscene's gone, and I'm like, what the heck? Let me show you what's going on with, at the very least, with like Final Fantasy. Like, what the heck's going on with that? So, other than Xeno being banned, my corn? What the hell? What the hell is that? What the heck? Oh, that's sad. Oh, you didn't have to get me with that, man. Okay, that's actually pretty good. Sucks that Rianjay had to I would have loved to see like an actual baby come from those two. Where is it? I see she probably deleted it. I should have saved it, to be honest. Oh no, it's right here. My initial unhinged thoughts about upon seeing Yatsuyu in Stormblood, I have found myself simping for majority of the 14 characters. Am I okay? No. No. Oh, that explains a lot. But okay.
Just smoke that in my mouth. Oh my fucking god, she's so hot. Just smoke that in my mouth.
No, it's very fitting. We have a lot of this. Yeah, we have a lot of this. We have a lot of that in 14. We have people just figuring it, just like Warrior Light being the first to see Emmett in Shadowbringers, and Emmett being the first to see Warrior Light and Endwalker. Endwalker, what the heck? The game ships them so hard. What? Warrior Light being the first to see Emmett in Shadowbringers, and Emmett being the first to see Warrior Light and Endwalker. Okay, yeah. I see what they meant. I was about to say. No, that's actually accurate. Oh, I forgot Iron Mouse actually went to the Fan Fest. Yeah! Sorry, my spine cringed a bit there, but I'm okay. My 14 hubris. What?
This might be bad. Maybe we should move. Ow.
I don't know the context of that. The greatest 14 emo? Wait, Jesse Cox. Yep, just another day. Of course. Do you understand how revolutionary this is, that we are seeing 14 guy in CG form for the first time ever? Hello, Queen. You okay? Jeezers. I'm just gonna say this right now. The game, don't play it. Don't play that game. Just don't play that game. Don't play Dissidia. Don't play Dissidia at all. Dissidia Dolem is a waste of your time. Just don't do it. Don't do it. It is not worth your time. The first sign of you not being okay. Is that your VTuber? Is that you're a VTuber? Is that you're a VTuber? Listen, VTubers aren't. I have friends that are VTubers, alright? But no, you're actually right. It is very true that there is signs that you're not okay, especially if you become a VTuber. There is signs. Yes, you're absolutely correct. I'm not even gonna deny that. I did see a lamb VTuber recently. What? Oh, the shipping, by the way, happens all the time. Duelim trash. Yes, true. Very true. Duelim is trash. Just taking a jab at him? No, yeah, I understand. No. But you're just speaking the truth, to be honest. You're speaking the truth. By the power of the hamster! It's them. Let me show you just what I'm made of. Let me see something. Where's my wondrous tales? As they fall. Level cap, why not? It's them. This video could have been amazing if they stuck with the old formula and forgot her name. But yeah, you forgot her name, but yeah. I forgot her name, but yeah. What I'm made of.
Ah, you've come. I'll begin by wearing you down.
We. Okay, I just see that we're just murdering people. Oh, we got a samurai.
I've created new endless things. Not all at once, but they will follow orders.
What?
Kill,
Machinist?
survive, and so forth. Here, I shall prepare the stage for battle.
What you talk about, machinist? What I'm made of now. Machinist is great. You know what? They might just be great in dungeons. I don't know.
The memories of a physician. One who saves lives should be reluctant to die.
A good beach song? True. Machines right now is fine because they did the usual over buffing the number and avoiding the actual issue. Of course they did, right? Of course they freaking did. Find myself playing Dancer more and more. There isn't, there is something covering about the simplicity. Wonder if this... Yeah, it is magic. I took no damage whatsoever. Trick! I have a poison on me. There we go.
Oh, you've overburdened the system. No matter. It served its purpose.
I'm finding myself going back to Dancer for Fizz range. Maybe because support. I don't know. Machinist is not supportive. It's a very selfish DPS now. Honestly, I would like to see Machinist go back to being support. Don't. Damage! How is Dark Knight? Dark Knight's fine. It still suffers from 1, 2, 3 syndrome.
The prison of sinister repute. I need not compel them to fight.
Like, I wish there wasn't that downtime where it's just 1, 2, 3. But outside of that, you know, it's fine. I would say the most fun DPS or fun tank that I'm having, or the most fun tank right now, I think it has to be the Gunbreaker. Well, it could be the Warrior. The Warrior's fun too. The issue of the old Fizz range DPS support is mainly tied to...
They shall deal appropriately with criminals.
Aha! That's the person.
How long can you defy it?
Oh no, that's a bad idea! That's why that's a bad idea.
Criminals may run, but they cannot escape.
Alright, let me smoke this guy real quick. If I can. Yeah, see, this is the 1, 2, 3 syndrome that I was talking about. Series of torturous devices. No, he died! Oh, that's bad. DPS loss. No. Stop it. Stop it. MP, unless dead, it's not a real issue anymore. With Lucid Dream, short cooldowns and TP doesn't exist anymore. Ooh! Ooh!
Beginning to tire? Good. I bid you continue.
Dark Knight outside of burst is boring. It's functionally, it's functional but boring. Yes, there you go. Outside of its opening burst, it can be very boring, unfortunately. So it has a lot of 1, 2, 3 downtime, which, like, you unload everything, like you just splurge everything out in the beginning, which is actually a detriment to the job identity that it has. And I'm gonna be honest with you, because of that, it really lacks in the, like, kind of like the exciting department, because, like, if it's relegated to its MP, it kind of lags behind in terms of, like, its in terms of just, like, its identity itself. Like, it worked, is what I'm saying. It works.
Memories from an age.
Those Dawn Trail bosses look fun.
The desperation will serve well.
They really kicked it up a notch in Dawn Trail in terms of dungeons and raids.
Protect your kingdom.
But the, you know the story about the story. Everybody complains about the story. So you got the story, and then you got the content. And right now, the content, I think the content's the best part of Dawn Trail. The story is the low ball, the low point. There are some characters that are redeemable. Like, I like Sphene, I like both Sphenes. But there was like a time on Twitter where people were just like, I don't know why everybody's complaining about what is one of the best characters. She's so upbringing, and I'm just like, shut up, nobody asked y'all. Where did you guys come from? Commented on Charlene Forum's recent video talking about evolved jobs in Dark Knight. Take a few ideas from 11. With using HP as a resource, since being an off tank could work. It could work, but I don't think they're going to change it. I don't know if they're going to change it really. Oh, you're a story skipper? Do I watch your lore videos? Oh my god. What do I say in every lore video? I say, hey, you should probably watch it.
I'll just see how it fares.
No, I'm a story skipper. Nah, that's fine.
It is the midst
You're not the
of
only
story.
person that I found, like, commenting or coming into my stream. They're just like, well, that's why I watch you. I'm like, ah, damn it. I'm ruining the story. But I find it reasonable to be a story skipper. Especially if you like the content of the game. The content's fine. I think the content for Dawn Trail is fine. The story really messed up.
Countless lives are lost in the senseless.
And this is that downtime I was just talking about?
swells in scope and intensity.
Actually, you're right.
The bombs rain down without pause or mercy.
We are the target demographic. Sinkweaver, why did you make your channel? Oh, I just wanted to spread the good word of the story and the lore of the game. And it's like, how do you feel about your demographic being story skippers? Fuck.
The spark of life is dimmed with every blinding flash. Death is everywhere, pillaging the promise of the future.
I do find that humorous, though. I find that humorous. It's like, hey, did you know story skippers are attracted to your channel? It's like, why? This is like you sum everything up. I'm like, oh, shit. That's not the intended purpose of this freaking video and channel. Like, what the hell? Yeah, this is that 1, 2, 3 thing, man. Dead. Dead. You're dead. You're dead, mother. Oh, I'll greet for it though. I never skipped the story. I don't mind people skipping the story anymore. Frankly, I find good reason to skip Dawn Trail's story. But anybody who's playing the game from start to finish, you know, I respect people who do skip the story ever since I played World of Warcraft, where the story didn't really matter. And it still doesn't. Anybody here played World of Warcraft, or used to play World of Warcraft, or is playing World of Warcraft right now? Well, Sink, I think you undermine how good of a narrator you really are. Are you sure? Actually, you know what? The one reason why I wanted to speak more on the lore of 14 and the story of 14 is because there weren't really good voices that I liked hearing. Like me, I'm pretty straightforward, right? I try to keep like a tone of fable. Like, long ago in a distant land, I, Aku, the shape-shifting master of darkness, unleashed a most powerful evil kind of thing, you know? Like, one of my biggest inspirations is VOTT Still find it funny when English people... Wait, hold on. I missed a lot there. You're right, Dave. Ask me how I can say it properly, then get surprised when I tell them my native tongue is French. Descent the gear. I am going to do that, yes! Skip Dawn Trail is basically just avoiding a headache. Also, WoW has a story? You know what? WoW having a story wasn't even like the biggest surprise for me. WoW having a story that nobody really cared for was the biggest surprise. Like, why is nobody trying to, at the very least, experience the story? Like, what's going on? And then it just turns out that nobody really cared for the story. Too addicted to 11 at the moment. You know what the funny thing is, Cools? I actually started out by making videos on Final Fantasy 11 and then moved on to like generally like Final Fantasy stuff. Dawn Trail's story is a little meh. No, wow, I heard story was in chaos. Really? Like nobody gets it? Is that the issue with WoW right now? Their story is nonsensical or something? Making a joke when I still play WoW, I never read it. You never read it? You're way too pleasant to listen to? Your first video I ever watched was the one on Edda. Ah, that was a long time ago. The one piece of lore that I think everyone should hear was Edda. And her story. I love that story, by the way. Like, honestly, it was really good. The sucky thing about it was the only kind of side quest kind of story that a lot of people kind of took for granted as an option. So not a lot of people knew about Edda until like my video, Mr. Happy's video, everybody else's video, every lore person's video. Everybody brought that video out at like the same time. Heard that to understand the lore for a while was to read the books, and yeah, I did that. Yeah, no, I read the books. I went full in on World of Warcraft because I really like the books, the lore, and everything around it. But it just turns out that everybody who was trying to get me into World of Warcraft didn't give two shits about it. They didn't care. They didn't care about the lore of World of Warcraft. They cared that I was heading towards endgame and reading. And they tell you about the dark sides of this beautiful world. That's when it gets really interesting. And for some reason, they don't do it a lot. Story in WoW is decent, but since the game had a terrible way of presenting itself since Classic, people didn't care that much even after they started presenting it. It's more gameplay focus over story. It's just kind of sad, don't you think? Like, if I wanted to start playing World of Warcraft right now, and I wanted to go all in on World of Warcraft, no one's going to probably talk about the story with me. They're going to say, well, this is how it functions in terms of its systems. This is the max level. This is what happens when you get into raiding. This is Mythic Dungeon. This is the current whatever, like the current gimmick of the expansion and blah blah blah. This is the current power up. And they're going to talk about that, but they're not going to talk about the story with me. There's a troll guy or elf people. Troll guy and elf people. There we go. I got more orange gathering scripts than I have anything else. I don't really need to get more gathering scripts because I know how to get the Levin Dust. Almost nobody talks about the story. Well, that's the thing. People online on YouTube talk about the story. Platinum WoW talks about the story. He's like my go-to, I think, in terms of lore when it comes to World of Warcraft. But he and his... The unfortunate thing that it's not Platinum WoW's fault that this happened, but ever since the story became what's the word? What's a good word to say about the story? for World of Warcraft. Not up to par, I guess. People didn't really pay attention to his channel because of that. Heroes of the Storm gave you a backstory. They did a better job than the game itself. That wasn't old Blizzard's focus. What was old Blizzard's focus? The only other two super dark moments I can think of is when Yatu stabbed her parents, and when the blonde girl died to the angel and turned into a Sin Eater. I believe they are called. Yes, they are called Sin Eaters. There are plenty of dark moments, to be honest. Nega Entropy. There are... Okay, so... Here's a dark moment for you that you probably didn't know. The first dungeon that you go through in this game, you go through a pirate's hideout. If you rescue the damsels or maidens that are locked away, it's implied through their context that they had to do certain favors for the pirates. It's not outright told, especially since you find a key in the captain's bedroom with a bunch of maidens being there. Tier 12 material will be handy for your orange scripts. I think they're relegated to gatherings. Yeah, it's gathering material. I would need to get the orange scripts for crafting, right? Thought Blizzard focus was always profit. Yeah, no, yeah, you're wrong. I think, or no, not wrong. Sorry, you're not wrong. Excuse me, I didn't. Excuse me, you're not wrong, Vamp. Profit is their #1 goal. Yes. Only character from while I knew story was Arthas, but that's because I genuinely interested in Lich King in this story. Me too. Until, like, Illidan came in. Illidan, I wish would come back. I want Illidan to come back. It would be a great video to make sync darkest moments in Final Fantasy XIV. I would have to go through, like, all these cutscenes too. Where a part is literally has kidnapped women. Yeah, that's the first dungeon. You have kidnapped women, and then it's implied a lot of stuff happened to them. Illidan is also another one that was... he has a good story since Warcraft. Like, everything he did was for, like, in his eyes, the betterment of other people. Even in World of Warcraft, when he was basically a bad guy, his end goal was to stop the Legion in some form or fashion. He worked for the Legion to betray the Legion. Illidan is legit one of the best characters that I've bore witness, and his character arc from Warcraft to World of Warcraft was genuinely one of the most interesting. Oh yeah, his voice actor was amazing. I think if you're thinking the same thing as I am, you are not prepared, and it's like, oh, that's so awesome. Dang it, I need to go through 70 and 80 high level dungeon, I guess. Damn, that 20 times 50, holy crap. I wonder if I could go through all of this somehow, some way. If I did, I would have to make it a day. You know, Wondrous Tales! Getting that all done. Haven't heard music from that game in a while. I did throw on the soundtrack. The pirate takes you there. There's something like nothing better than a fine bottle of wine and a fine woman. Yeah, of course. That's a loose vagueness until you actually hear them pleading, saying, "I'll do whatever you want," or I'll something like, "Is there something that you wish from me again, my lord?" And I was just like, "Oh my god, what the heck happened?" Just remember all the people taking off for Memorial Day weekend tomorrow. Your ride home is going to be hell? You mean too many people are going to be on the street? Is that what you're saying? You know what? Because I feel like it, hold on. How much? I got not a lot. There's 120 from that. 60, 100, 160. Yeah. Hold on. Sure. What? Maybe them pirates just like to play patty cake. Well, I mean, they're messing with someone's cake. there is cake involved. Ooh, sorry. Well, you know what? I could do a normal raid. Alright, I'll be right back. Ugh. Ooh, my chair. Okay. Hey yo, what up? What version of this is this? Like, my goodness, what version of that was that? Like, well, anyway, do we have a character that's like on par with Illidan in 14? I don't think we. Maybe Estinian? Estinian's not as hardcore. Ah, frick. My technical I have. Not really who I wanted to be facing today. So what's in your bingo card for Evercold? I think Odin for one. I don't know. I don't think there's any other reason why not to have Odin in there. I'm doing alright, Wraith. Yeah. I swore I was going to get one of the heavyweight crew, or yeah, the heavyweights. I thought I was going to get that, but I guess not. Who's Odin? Guy on the horse. Dude with sword, crazy helmet, and a horse. You remember him?
Rest eternal in the dark depths of this prison.
How am I liking Gunbreaker? Oh, Gunbreaker is actually. Oh. Gunbreaker is actually way improved in my opinion. I love it. I missed my chance. Messed up there. Yeah, he should be fine. He's fine. I didn't think I would actually get this alliance raid again, to be honest. I need to wait. Ew, what the heck?
You are prey to be consumed.
What the? Oh, that was weird. Okay, I'm just gonna keep it on anyway. Yeah, Gunbreaker is fun. I think because they did the change, especially to the cartridges and the window of time that he can go through his rotation, they might actually change it again for Evercold. And if they do change it again, then, well, one, I won't blame them because they're trying to get away from the 2-minute meta. And two, it would make a lot of sense.
From fulgent flame my servants rise. A fitting death.
Genesis of Flames. You know what? I'm just gonna do that real quick. A lot of people are getting hit.
I shall see my wish fulfilled.
Tell me, what is your thoughts on it? What's my thoughts on Monk? I think Monk is a sleeper hit. Like, I'm sure. There we go. I'm sure Monk is going to change a little bit in Evercold, but like right now, I kind of like Monk for what it is. It feels fun, especially how fast you can be with the Monk. I'm just kind of like, I'm still stuck in the past because I kind of just loved Grease Lightning. Like how fast they could just be aggressive about things. Ooh, messed up there. That's okay. Which way is it going?
Leave naught but ash in your wake.
Sides? Yep.
Let sorrow into your heart.
Genesis of Flames, that's the AoE.
Behold the fruits of sacrifice.
Was he always this easy? No. Good job, Ko. Good job, Ko. Do I have that? I do. Good job, Ko. You don't think Gunbreaker is going to change too much? Yeah, probably not. They're touching every single job in the game, though, when it comes to the evolved combat. So I want to see what they do for Warrior. That's because I want to see how they are planning OT for the next expansion. True. I do want to see what was excuse me. I do want to see what off tank is going to happen. Like what's changing with them. Like what would be the difference between OT and MT? This is the reason why I put out that video in the first place. I don't think Gunbreaker will change much because of the mini rework they've had already. I think they would try to keep the structure they've built so far. I think so too. They should honestly put some work into older dungeons and make them as dynamic as the new ones. You're asking for a lot with that one. The reason why they changed the old dungeons and made them as boring as they were is because they wanted to be more new player friendly. Yeah, that's how I feel, Song. I want to scream. I want to scream. So, like, there was an interview involved with Yoshi P, and I did not... I should have thought of that, like... Why was the old dungeons changed? Is because there were, for one thing, there were new players coming in, and they were having a hard time with some of those dungeons. Some of them where the player was at like level 40, didn't get their job crystal, or they just wanted to experience the story of A Realm Reborn or something like that. So, isn't Viper and Pictomancer already pretty evolved? Yes. I think Viper and Pictomancer is what they want the jobs to be. So yes. think it's going to be similar to PvP battle stuff. Some of it, yeah. Some of it, yeah. They're putting a lot of buttons together, so combos is going to be on the same button. Viper are basically the prototype of the evolved mode. They're the prototypes, yeah, absolutely. They're gonna get a little tweaked. They're gonna get little tweaks here and there, for sure. I think OT needs some trade-off to do more DPS. That impacts their what? Their defenses to prevent a dominant meta of double OT. I think for MTs, if an MT, this is what I think they should do. For an MT, they should have their counters be instrumental for their damage. So like there should be something in maybe a Savage or maybe an Extreme that requires an MT. That might suck for queue time, unless you're making your own party, right? But have an ability that in an Extreme or a Savage fight that requires an MT. If an OT takes it, they'll just die. It's like, I'm gonna throw all my buffs up. You're at 1 health. What I really want for Evercold is the ability to save different melds per set or per piece. So that's a good idea. That's a good idea. No, that's a good idea. Like, if you had melds for one thing and melds for another, that's a good idea. I think stances Dark Knight cost HP. Maybe make Warrior and Gunbreaker take more damage. If I don't know about Gunbreaker, but if Warrior took more damage, but they gave him like their exasperatingly high health, go up to 500k health. I was like, oh, don't worry, it's justified. Why? Because they have like 500k health, they'll survive. OT needs something to avoid double damage or double OT meta. They also can't affect defense too hard because they still need to be able to do dungeons. Yeah, well, that's why that's why I specified for like trials, stream, savages, and ultimates. Like, you need an MT and an OT. That's what I think. It won't happen. Can't be a Debbie Downer, Wraith. Come on, man. Somewhere out in the ether, Yoshi P may have heard this plea, and he's working on it right now. Problem with Dark Knight eating HP is they'll need to still work as a tank in a single tank content. I think they really need to do they really need to change a lot of aspects for Dark Knight. For one thing, upgrade their Blackest Knight. Upgrade it so that it matches that of the other tanks, because they went ahead, made the Blackest Knight, then they started making other things for other tanks that are almost equivalent, if not better than the Blackest Knight. Intervention for Paladin, Nascent Flash for Warrior, Harder Corundum for Gunbreaker. And they all are pretty much better the Blackest Knights, even though they don't have like, oh, well, it's a barrier for 25% of your health. It's like, okay, and? I think MT and OT meta was a weird choice, but we just need to wait. We'll figure out like what's happening. I certainly hope they understand that a lot of people will go into a double OT meta if it has more damage. You can't just say, well, thematically, no. Yeah, unless you put some sort of system inside the game that pretty much forces you to have an MT and OT, people will do double OTs. If there's more damage involved. If there's more damage involved with double MT, they'll do that too. Because it could reverse. Something needs to still be given to them for a situation. Here's the thing, where they don't have another tank to cover it. Here's the thing. For OTs, I think they should just output more damage. And if they tried to be in an NT role in specific like extremes and savages and ultimates, then they will lose DPS because they're going to have to sit there, or they're just going to die. But they're going to have to sit there and figure out like how I have to use all of my defensive abilities. Heart of Corundum is amazing. Yeah, I know. It's fucking amazing. I already know this. I know because I look at it and I compare it to the Blackest Night and I'm like, well, damn. If you think of it this way, right now the Dark Knight, his role is confusing. Where does he fit? He doesn't do the most damage, does Gunbreaker. He doesn't survive all the time, that's Warrior. He doesn't have all the defensive and supports like Paladin. So where does the Dark Knight fit? Well, he's supposed to be a damage dealer in that way, right? But I think currently Paladin does more damage. I think I need to recheck that. 14 community, we always go for whatever does the most damage regardless. Any MMO, brother. Any MMO. Every MMO they look at damage more than anything else. There has to be something that forces certain mechanics in the game. So like if you don't have an MT, something that only an MT, a main tank, can do, then people are going to go with OT, right? They're going to do double OT. YouTube is eating my message. Is it kind of how it was back in Heavensward and Stormblood with old tank stances? That with Heavensward, I think Xeno spoke of this before. He talks of how Heavensward had too much job identity, and that if you didn't have a Dark Knight plus one other tank, or Dark Knight plus Warrior, you pretty much suck. Paladins didn't have a place. If you didn't have a Ninja and a Dragoon, your party sucked. If you didn't, well, I think healers were better off, but you always had to have an Astro because of their buffs. So he goes on and on about that. I have a feeling that MT are going to be more of a point of counter attacks, being more effective for the damage gain. I hope for just the sake of tanks that MTs can match that of damage, or at the very least, because they are there, they can do enough damage, unlike an OT being in the main tank position. Dark Knight does more damage, rarely does more damage than Gunbreaker, but only in comps with buffs. Gunbreakers does the most when it's comp of selfish DPS. Okay. So they're there for damage, right? But like in a party raid, I guess Gunbreaker is gonna go ahead and just win out because of the party comp, right? Because I see on the FF logs that Gunbreaker is still like topping, right? Like you could probably stick with Dark Knight over Gunbreaker and still get the job done. It's like a matter of choice at this point. But if you want BIS or the best, right, you would choose Gunbreaker. I remember in Stormblood, we had time on my server where white mages was straight up not allowed in parties. In your server. Man, that was everywhere, wasn't it? It was Astro. It was Astro and Scholar, I think. Right? Gotta look at ADPS. You're right. Let me check. I'll double check, honestly. I'll take a look. Excuse me. Let's see. For now, in heavyweight, looks like Dark Knight is behind in RDPS, and they are at the top of ADPS. How's Dark Knight at the... But that's for heavyweight. Was that Savage? It's Savage, yeah. Also, compared to Dark Knight and Gunbreaker, has more sustain, which means healers won't need to babysit them nearly as much in both casual and higher level content. That's true. Like, for those of you who don't know, Dark Knights rely heavily on their healer. Heavily. Especially with their invul. I mean, to be fair, they have a lot of, like, magical defenses. So in terms of magic, they're pretty darn good. But their sustain is sparse. So it's like every 60 seconds or every time you do your 1, 2, 3 and you do Soul Eater, which is not a lot. I mean, Brutal Shell outclasses Soul Eater in my opinion. In my opinion, I think Brutal Shell outclasses Soul Eater. Stormblood had Paladin revive because they fixed the awkward problem with needing to do its aggro combo for DPS. But yeah, Holy Spirit also helped. I think Paladin's in a good spot right now. I don't like this song. Oh shit! The MT of my static is a Dark Knight. When I was maining Paladin, whenever when a TB came out, I just threw out a Holy Sheltron on him, and he used TBN, and his damage barely moved. So, whenever a tank buster, okay, in this scenario, right, TBN will always be a pretty good cooldown. It will always be a pretty cool. It's going to be a pretty good cooldown, especially if you know when to use it. The problem is that TBN is flawed, and it can be inconsistent in a fight that you have no idea what you're doing, because it's tied to your MP. So like if you're doing a fight for the first time, or if you're practicing a fight, or you're not familiar with a fight, TBN is going to be very awkward to pull off, because you're going to try to keep that MP at 3000 so that you have it on access. And the problem is TBN has like two primary problems. One, it's connected to your MP, and two, it's connected to your damage. That is a flaw in my eyes. Paladin truly shines when it got Confiteor. Yeah, it did. Took a while to find the sweet spot for Confiteor. No, I understand that. It's just that before I threw him in the oh wait, hold on. Threw him the Holy Sheltron, he would need to pop 3 other buffs to barely take damage, whereas I just threw 1 cooldown. That's pretty much free. That's true. It also got worse the more health you get from gear you're trying to get the proc. True, that's also true, because sometimes you know, your shield healers right now, I don't know what the priority is. You guys are gonna have to remind me who shield has priority. Is it the healer or is it the Dark Knights? I forgot. I don't know. But oh, and there's gonna be a video that's gonna say the same thing where I don't know. But I've had more than one time where a scholar and a sage put their barriers on me and it procced and it crit, right? So like my whole health is like doubled up because of that, near doubled up. And then the barrier goes away, it's absorbed, but my Blackest Knight did not get absorbed, and I'm like, damn it. Why are you too good, Sage? And the Sage is like, I don't give what you think, man. I'm saving your life. What's that? Magic and Fizz Phage we're just getting way too strict. I think it's a good balance right now. Paladin's a good balance. TBN will always break first. Okay. I don't know, because there were occasions, but hopefully you're right. If TBN does break first, that's good, but it's still a hindrance where TBN doesn't break. I'm just saying, in the scenario where TBN does not get absorbed, you miss out on DPS because of that. And it's just like, why? Why is it tied? One, why is it tied to my MP? Because now I got to use my main resource to make sure that I have it. And then two, why is it connected to my DPS? I mean, is it for thematic reasons? I don't know. The other thing I really think that they should do is fix Living Dead. Like, everybody's like, oh, it's fixed now. I was like, no, it's not. Just because you can gain health on weapon skills doesn't mean it's fixed. It means they put a band-aid on it. They need to rework Living Dead. There's too many times, because now they're putting cutscenes in these games. They're taking time to just like, okay, you threw on Living Dead, you were about to die, you popped it off at the right moment. Cutscene happens, or you can't hit the boss at all, or you get paralyzed, or you're stunned, and it's like you have to rely on your healer, right? But if a cutscene happens, you're fucked. You're fucked, man. If you can't do anything, you're fucked. You're fucked, man. Like, what, if you look at the other invulns, what's going to be, like, ask yourself, does Living Dead beats Paladins just, I'm going to be invincible? Or Warriors invuln, which you can't go below 1, but at the same time, it's the shortest cooldown out of all the invulns. And then you have Gunbreaker, who only takes half their health, right, for a cost, and they can't go below 1. In my case, in Evercold, I'm still gonna have Dark Knight as my tank, though depending on if I like the new tank or not, it might replace Paladin. I'm gonna go through Evercold with Dark Knight, obviously. It's my main job. Low-key hoping they make Astro be more fun for me. I wouldn't mind going back to Astro as my main pure healer. You know what the funny thing is? Astro was, I think, the first maybe hybrid healer. Like, I don't know if barriers was like a main thing in Heavensward, but when it came out, the support it gave was indispensable. Like, you needed an Astro in every raid ever. Like, every raid ever, you needed them, you know? Alright, I'm gonna do one more for tonight, and I think I'm gonna be Summoner. I'm gonna be Summoner, and I'm going to do... I'm gonna do another Expert. I didn't know you can walk on this thing. What the heck? This is the only healer that could be either pure healer or shield on demand. I felt as though it had like everything. It had barriers, it had regions, but it also had like really good buffs. Like really good buffs. Like really good buffs. And the way it distributed those buffs were unique in itself. That's why it was like, it was incredibly indispensable. Like, you needed it. I need to schedule time to do Uno. Like, Uno Extreme. Gotta watch the damn guide, because that's how this community is. And which is not really too much of a problem. I enjoy going through bosses blind, but if I want those damn wings, I need to like put down time knowing how to do the Uno fight. I think Dark Knight needs Soul Survivor back as either a buff or a skill. Makes them get their HP and MP back at set intervals. Yeah, because the way that it worked before is that the target had to die. Gunbreaker needs to learn more, lean more into the parries and have the ability to parry spells too. You know what? That's a good idea. I wonder if they'll allow that. I don't know why that reminds me of I parry everything. That story, man, that was one of the best. In my opinion, I Parry Everything was a good anime. It was a really good anime. Like, the guy was humble, naive, and stupid in some ways, but like, he was more or less just trying. He didn't think too highly of himself. He just parried everything. I think that was part of the charm, though. He was very humble about himself. It was a great anime in my opinion. I expected a silly anime, but I actually got a solid story. It was good. Like, I don't know if like the anime kind of plays it off a little bit, but it's kind of tragic how his parents dies. He was there by himself with his mom, and then he ends up being there by himself, just parrying, using the only skill that he had. Like, it honestly, he has a very tragic story.
Bruh.
What was the bruh for, Argus? Poor monk during Heaven's Word due to it being trolled by Astro. It was more than that. If you brought a monk into the party, people will legit like either tell you to change or kick you out. I think Soul Survivor, by the way, should come back in some sort of form. Soul Survivor was such a fun ability. I have no idea why they got rid of it. Like, the MP management for Dark Knight is very stringent. It's not hard to like really master the MP of Dark Knight, because it's really just every time you use it, it's like you're chucking down another Gatorade. So it's like, why not have some sort of MP management? Because MP management for Dark Knight actually is pretty bad. Because it's like barely any. Give me Power Slash back. At least give me the animation. I think they'll probably put the animation back in. Because they are looking for like cosmetic animation. Those same people also tried to apologize for acting like massive a-holes after I became an Astro main. What the fuck? Or give them Blood Weapon back as a skill that gives lifesteal and gives barriers too. We shall not speak of Blood Weapon and how. Oh. It's like they did not know what they wanted with Dark Knight, man. They did not know what they wanted. Like, more and more, they just kept stripping it from what it was. Even when it was at, like, its worst, they still were like, nah, we're gonna strip it a little bit more. Come on. I don't understand. I think they were the most confused with the Dark Knight. It was probably because it was op in Heaven's Word, and in Stormblood, it was op in a dungeon. It was, I think it was at its weakest in Shadowbringers at like one point, until they decided to overload it with potency, thinking that would fix it. People treated you like shit because you were a monk. Yeah, of course they did. They didn't want a monk in their party. They don't want monk in their party. That's less DPS. Alright, I swapped to Astro. They were quick to change their tunes, of course. At Dark Knight and Warrior level just in case. Every single expansion, I try to get all of my tanks all the way up. Takes a little bit for me. Takes a little bit. Get Blood Weapon back. Get Soul Survival back. Why not get Power Slash back? They're not gonna put Power Slash back in. I know that for sure. What they really need to do, what I think they really need to do, I think they should have an actual 1 minute burst along with a 2 minute burst. Their 1 minute burst is there. It's there. You can have your 1 minute burst alongside your Simulacron. So that it's there. But I don't know, it just feels like it gets off of a flow. Get blood price back? Do we want blood price back? What does Dark Knight need? That's the question. What would make Dark Knight feel better? I think to make a Dark Knight feel better, to make the Dark Knight as it is currently, it needs MP management and some sort of flow state. Because it doesn't really have a flow state. They would have to rework it to maybe where you drain your HP to get a free cast of a spell or something, in my opinion. So here's what I think they could do for an idea for Dark Knight. If they use their HP in terms of making, like, doing stronger attacks, there has to be like maybe a state or maybe something so that you don't kill yourself by using all of your HP. There also should be pseudo HP in front of it, so like it turns white compared to like the rest of the green bar. Like say that this turned white, right? And that's how much you were using for the Dark Knight for your powered up abilities. And you would have other abilities to kind of like restore your health. Like it would double if it's in the white, but once it starts being like regular health, it'll be regular potency in terms of what you get back. So it's kind of like a risk-reward tank. That's what I think it should be. I mean, it's a risk-reward job in the main series. It could be worse. Could be the FCI was in and they started treating me like absolute trash just because in their head they assumed I was a woman because I played a Femra and learned I wasn't a woman. Okay, well, that happens all the time. I'm sorry to tell you this. The FC, but it was mainly a specific group in the FC. Well, I'm sorry to tell you this, but it happens all the time. But, I don't know if that's any worse. I think treating you like a woman compared to treating you like trash. I mean, I don't know why they were treating you like trash because you were a woman. That's just plain wrong. I don't know, man. Still, give me a self-heal that isn't relying on weapon skills. For a Dark Knight, thematically, they're probably never going to have something like that. I would say Dark Knights don't usually have like a self-heal button. They have action, which gives health back, but has to do damage. So if we're going to keep to that, they're going to have to do a lot more. Like if they went into blood price, say like blood price was reworked. Oh no. Oh no. Ugh, I dropped everything. Everything's on the floor. Okay, what was I saying? I said, Dark Knight needs to be in, like, a mode or something. You should get a passive where they have a grayed out amount of health. Amount of health is used as a separate resource that regions at set intervals. With it, you can use exclusive blood skills. You know what? That's not a bad idea. But there has to be a risk with that, right? Think Aatrox from League of Legends. I don't know Aatrox. Because my League of Legends knowledge is practically 5%. But I think I know what you're doing. I think I know what you're saying there. Like, if they used abilities that had, like, a grayed out state for their health, and because it's a grayed out state, maybe they... Because there has to be a detriment to this. It's a risk-reward kind of thing. Maybe they take... 1.2 or 1.3 times the damage or something like that. and that grayed out, because you can't, if they're using their health, obviously they're risking their life, and since they are also a tank, they're constantly being hit. So maybe like a degradation, maybe it's slowly going down and you have to restore it by using certain abilities, right? So you use your health for powered up attacks. You use other abilities to gain back that health. Something to that nature. And you know what? It could be better if you want to do like really damaging abilities, you can use that gray part of your health. But again, that's a risk reward thing. I mean, let's think about this, Yami. Have you ever like vocally talked with him or told him that? Have you ever like vocally talked with those FC members and said that, you know, you weren't a female? If you told them like at the very beginning, then them treating you like a, you know, a woman would be bad. I mean, it wouldn't be that. I think their goal should be to make you feel like an absolute badass as a Dark Knight, like Guts from Berserk. I think that should be their goal. They learned I wasn't because I got on Discord at one point with them, yeah. So did you tell them at the very beginning, when you joined the FC, that you were not a female behind the character? Did you do that? That's my question. I feel as though, by the way, I gotta look at the logs. I barely talk to most people, so unfortunately not. Well, there's part of your problem right there. It stands to reason that if you communicate with the people you're playing with and you tell them what you like, what you are, like if you're playing with a female avatar, I mean, might as well tell them like, hey, I'm a guy though. Because if someone assumed that I'm a guy because I'm playing a male avatar, I mean, that's because I am. You know, I don't... It's all a matter of assumption, especially in this culture where people will assume what you are as an avatar. Reacted after learning... Yeah, and that was because you didn't tell them. Completely skipped the part of my sentence. What? Oh, okay. I haven't made mistakes myself. Just kind of wild how they reacted to learning. I mean, like I said. Yeah, like I said. It's established communication with the people that you're associating with, you know? Like, I will... Is it important for people to know that I'm black? No. Is it important that I, myself, am a tank main? Yes. Because if somebody comes up to me and says, hey, can you heal for us? It'd be like, not a really good healer, so can't do that. So I wouldn't waste anybody's time. That's a different scenario altogether, but that's just kind of an example. You thought you were a dragon? Thought I was a dragon? I'm sorry I made that mistake. Listen, there was a lack of communication there, Vamp. I'm sorry. I apologize. Alright. I'm sorry, expert. You're taking too long. So I'm just gonna I'm just gonna say that we'll do that next time. Apparently it always causes issues in video games. You know this. You know this, Yami. You know that. I don't know if I can recover. Damn, the trauma. You will remember this day, Vamp. You will remember that I was a fake dragon all along. Don't worry, people go to therapy for this. Well, if anything, though, with what's happened with, what the? My RL friend started playing 14 again, and their reaction cracks me up. It's funny. What the f- Oh, wait. Okay, alright. Wait, what?
Stop it! Not the 6-7. Stop it!
Oh, the 6-7 joke. Okay, I hate you all. Nope, genuinely, I hate you all. Just for the 6-7 joke, I hate. This community's fucked. This community is fucked. It is absolutely destroyed. No, Vamp! No! Don't fall for the 6-7! But I'm gonna leave it at that. I think for the time being, did I ever? Oh, I did not. Better finish that today. For the time being, I think perhaps it would be a good chance to, for me at the very least, there's a good chance that I might actually end up doing Uno Extreme. God, I just don't like our rating culture. I don't like 14's rating culture too much. It's gets on my nerves. Let's just say that. Gets on my nerves. Still must be old. Oh no, I'm old, man. What's the eye level for it? I forgot to unlock it. Assuming it's 7. The eye level for it is... That's ultimate. Huh. Looking in the wrong place here. Yeah, 770. Yeah, it's 770. It's only some. Yeah, I'll just worry about it anyway. Anyway, it's all good. You guys have yourself a good night. It is midnight for me, so I will leave it to that. Make sure you go to bed. All right, bye. See you guys. Have a good night. Bye. 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 Bye.